why would you consider Power BI in your accounting firm? Like, why would people who are sort of very foreign to it still, is this something that's just, you see is getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
Like, Microsoft has moved from selling software licenses. Like for those of you who were in the early 2000s, Microsoft was all about what licenses could I get on this particular functionality. Nowadays, Microsoft, to me, there's licenses and there's fees to be paid, but it's service first, licensing second. Like, you can get a 60-day trial of Power BI to work out how it's going to work and what you can do with it before you pay a cent, right? Which is different to the times gone by. But I still just think that because it is so familiar with other tools, how it's laid out and things like that, just makes it, just takes that first step, makes the start just that little bit easier.
I guess, how else are you going to do it? I mean, I don't know another way. I mean, there's other data visualization tools, but, other than dumping your data into Excel and creating graphs and visualizations in Excel, which is going to be pretty time consuming, I don't see how else you're going to create the exact look and feel of reports that you want to be able to present both internally and to clients. I haven't seen another solution. So
reason why we considered Power BI in our accounting firm is because we saw analytics as a flat out necessity for our clients. So we saw the development of big data, and we're seeing all this information coming into our clients' operational systems, and we saw it 7 years ago, where there's need for additional reports that the systems themselves didn't produce or required additional information from other systems. And we thought, well, our clients need to see this information. They need to see it in a timely manner for them to make quick, informed decisions. Because if it's too late, then they can't make a change. If it's not accurate or takes a chunk of time to prepare, then it's too expensive for them. So we saw this analytics sort of thing as being, all right, they need this information. It's going to have a big impact on the money that they take home at the end of the day to their families. It is a necessity for us to be involved in this space. So it wasn't really so much of a choice. It was, how are we going to get involved in this sort of reporting? And from there, I guess we knew that there was a chunk of value to be produced because we were already kind of in that space to begin with. We knew that there was a demand for this information. And then the development of Power BI, Tableau, other reporting systems. So it's not just Power BI, obviously. But we saw this Power BI as, I guess, the friendliest option for us to get involved at the time. And from there, we've developed our skill sets, and we're looking at a Microsoft product that continues to have huge monthly updates. It's actually quite hard to keep up with all the new things that it can do. And so, as to the why it's a necessity for your clients, it's something that's going to need to happen. And so you're better off jumping on now and positioning yourself as the experts in this field than being a laggard and trying to keep up and hemorrhaging clients as a result.
Good question. I reckon a lot of my clients who come to me already know how they've traded for the year and what the profitability is. So, if I'm not adding value, what's the point of having a meeting? So I use Power BI as a way of adding value. It's part of our value proposition. And when I'm pretty lucky, we look after a lot of large clients, so they're very, very switched on. They don't understand the numbers as well as I do. So it's just getting the numbers out that they want, that they don't know how to get. And sometimes it's like, what's that old saying of Henry Ford? If I asked people what they wanted, they would have wanted a faster horse as opposed to a car. And I think there's a bit of that element in all this.
Yeah, that's great.